Daniel Gapito here for the Moshville Times, and today I have the pleasure to be here with Ben of Turin. How are you, man?
Yeah, I'm great. Thanks, dude. How are you?
I'm great. So, for those that don't know, this is not the first time we've had someone from Turin here on the website. We've had them before twice, actually. Once ahead of Bloodstock 2015, and once in 2019 when they released their new single Wrath. And last week, actually, they just released their return album, The Unforgiving Reality in Nothing. And I'm here today with Ben to discuss it. So let's get started, shall we?
Yeah, let's go.
So, as I said, not the first time you guys have been here. So, could you quickly run down what has changed since 2019, the last time you've been here?
I think since 2019, nothing from sort of a band member's point of view. We just basically obviously went through COVID like everybody else went through, and decided to write an album basically. And we're lucky enough to get on board with Monica and the team. And yeah, obviously the album's out now. It's been out a week tomorrow, and we hope everybody's enjoying it. But no, since 2019, not too much has changed for us really. Just carry on grinding.
So, some of the more eagle-eyed fans may notice that you guys dropped the "This Is" from your name before you guys are known as "This Is Turin." Now it's just Turin. Why is
Yeah.
that? What's the reason for this new identity?
Um, we felt it was just a bit easier on the eye, a bit easier for everybody to say. All the time anyway, whenever friends and family and people have been to see us, they always just called us Turin anyway. And we thought that it was a bit of a cleaner, more mature look, really.
So, in one of the past interviews with us, you guys have said that the name came from a most haunted episode in the city of Turin, Italy. But now, if you grab the last album's title and you grab like the initial letter of every word, it comes out to
Yeah.
Turin as well. So it'd be like a self-titled. Was that the intention for the album's name?
It's kind of a bit of a backronym, really, if you will. I don't think it wasn't a really our intention to set out for that to happen. But once we figured out the song title based off the lyrics and stuff, we kind of thought it would be cool, you know, because it's obviously takes a lot of meaning from the track, and obviously we just thought it might be a cool acronym as well. So yeah, it was accidental at first, but yeah, it's ended up working. Yeah.
In that same interview, when questioned on what makes your sound unique, you said that the one thing that we personally think makes us unique is that we don't fit into any one genre. Some of our songs go from tech metal to death metal to prog, which gives us this distinctive sound. There's something for everyone in our music. Does that still hold true?
Yeah, I think all of us are fans of very much, a wide sort of diverse range of music, and we like to add a bit of black metal in, a bit of technical stuff. This time round on the album, we thought we'd take a step back and not write stuff that's too technical for the sake of being technical, and sort of concentrate on the songwriting really, and try and put some hooks in there, like some catchy choruses and things like that. But yeah, it still stands. We like to fuse a lot of different sort of extreme genres into one style, really. And we don't really try to be any different. We just kind of write what makes us happy, and based off all of our individual kind of influences in the band, that's just kind of how it comes out, really.
So in the promo materials that came with the album, you guys mentioned that this time around there was a much more collaborative approach with every member's fingerprints being involved in the album. Could you talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, previously, just used to sort of get in a rehearsal room together, jam out a few ideas, sort of work on that, and then work on some lyrics, separately, and kind of fuse them together and see what works and see what doesn't in a live kind of setting. But since this album, the majority of it was written through the COVID period. So we couldn't really see each other. We couldn't really jam any ideas out. So we've all got sort of mini home studio set up. So we just decided to really sort of put her all into a writing and write stuff that makes us happy and expresses the emotions that we wanted to kind of put out. But it was definitely a lot more collaborative approach because we were actually thinking about the kind of tracks that we were wanting to write and the kind of mood that we wanted to portray. And obviously, with bouncing ideas digitally to each other and all having the home studio setups, we could really dive in and sort of work on the detail. Was I think sometimes when you're jamming away in a jam environment, you don't really have a chance to sit back and listen to it to decide whether it is something that you feel is going to be good or not. So yeah, I think it was a really shit time for everybody going through COVID and stuff, but I think it really did help us kind of nail the sound that we want to portray.
And about this new sound of yours, how would you describe this sound to someone that doesn't know the band, for example?
Um, I think it's quite difficult. Really, that's a good question. I'd kind of say more leaning towards the black and deathcore side with some hooky choruses in there. We've always found it quite difficult to describe our music, especially with this album, because I really feel that we don't really sit in a specific part, if you will. But if I was to give somebody a rough description, I'd say sort of bit of deathcore, a bit of death metal, and some black metal influences in there as well. Yeah, yeah, it's really difficult, that one.
You were also talking about the pandemic, and in the PR stuff, it said that the pandemic really brought some themes of self-reflection into it and some more personal stuff into the songwriting. Could you talk a little bit more about the personal stuff in the songwriting, whatnot?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it gave us a lot more time to reflect on how we were feeling and again what kind of music we wanted to portray. Because I think that everybody around the world sort of came to a halt through COVID. There's some of us that couldn't go to work. We didn't have a great deal to do, so it kind of leaves you with a bit of an empty feeling. You've got loads of time on your hands to kind of think and reflect about what's happened in your life and what's not been great and what has been great. And I think just that time of not having a great deal of things to do led to just kind of a lot of reflection, and we kind of thought about some of the things that we'd all been through in our life and decided to put them together into the album. So we really wanted to concentrate on the humanity side of things and portray across music that everybody can relate to, because everybody at some point in their life has experienced the feelings that we talk about on the album.
So that's also the backdrop for the like bleak worldview you guys show in the title, right?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, yeah, yeah, definitely.
So for the eighth track in the album Loss, you guys worked with Travis Werland of Enterprise Earth and The Willow. How did this partnership come to be?
It came together through the Monarch group, basically. Obviously, Enterprise Earth are a Monarch band, and we wrote the track, and we thought that this really leans towards having a guest vocalist on it. And the label sort of suggested, how about I'll put you in touch with Travis from Enterprise Earth, and it kind of just went from there, really. And we feel that the work Travis did on the album was incredible. He's got an incredible voice. He's such a nice guy. Enterprise Earth are an absolutely awesome band that a lot of us look up to. And as soon as we found out from the label that we would have the opportunity to work with him, we just jumped at the chance.
Now that the album is released, how did it feel releasing the album after such a long time since Sources, which was your debut almost 10 years ago? What are you thinking of the public's response, reaction to it?
I think for us, we've always just wanted to make music that makes us happy, and if anybody likes it, then that's just a bonus to us. And I think the reception that we've got from the album so far is far better than we imagined it to be. It's a lot better than the reactions to any of the other music that we've put out previously, and we're just all really happy that a lot of people seem to be enjoying it and taking away a message from it. So yeah, we're really, really happy with how everything's going so far. We just can't wait to take it on the road, and hopefully people want to come and see it live.
In terms of a message, a takeaway, is there any main message that you guys wanted the public to take away from the album, or is it really something that like each listener should take away something more personal from it?
Yeah, I think each listener should be able to take something more personal away to them from it. Again, it is just about humanity and the feelings that everybody experiences, sort of happiness and sorrow, etc. And going through, really rough times, and then coming out of it as a better, stronger person, really. And there's a lot of confusion in there as well with sort of people not knowing what direction they want to go with their lives, and certainly how they're feeling. And for us, it's a very, very personal album, and each of us have experienced sort of vastly different things that has been put into the album. So it was with the hopes that everybody might be able to listen to it, interpret it for themselves, and pick something out of it that they can personally relate to.
Now that Turin's rebirth has started, what's next for y'all? What can we expect from the band?
So at the minute, we're sort of concentrating on getting some tour schedules booked. So hopefully, this year, in the next couple of months, we're going to have a album release show over in the UK. We plan to then work with Monarch to get back on the UK scene and start touring around the UK, and then hopefully we can branch out into Europe next year, with the ultimate goal of sort of branching out to the US market. I've always wanted to go to America in general, never had the opportunity to go, so to go there and get some gigs and tours in and stuff would be amazing. But yeah, right now we're sort of concentrating on a live show. We're rehearsing a lot. We've got, in our opinion, a vastly upgraded live show that is coming compared to anybody that might have seen Turin previously. There's a lot more going on, and we're really excited for people to come and see it.
And to close off here, is there anything you'd like to share with the Moshville Times audience? Anything you'd like to say?
No, just I obviously we've got a massive appreciation for Moshville in our touring camp, and we really appreciate all the support that you're giving to us for the album release, and to everybody that's listened to it and that supported us and bought a vinyl or bought a CD, or even just listen to it on Spotify and give us the time of day. We really, really appreciate all of the support that everybody's giving us. We hope that people will like it and share it around with their friends, and hopefully people can you know take something away from the album. But no, we just really appreciate all the support that we're getting in the minute. It's far beyond what we ever kind of dreamed of getting. We've always wanted to be on a label. We've always wanted to release an album under a great label, and we're really, really lucky to be working with people like yourself, the team at Monarch, Lou Johns from Branch Production House, Grant from Fader Mastering, Mike Sound Studio. There's been a lot of awesome people that have really helped us to achieve what we wanted to achieve, and we just hope that we can carry on working with people such as yourself as time goes on, and hopefully once the tour cycle's finished, get working on another one.
Perfect. That's it. This has been Ben from Turing. I'm Daniel from the Moshville Times. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening, reading. Go follow Turin on social media. Buy the CD, buy the vinyl. Listen to The Unforgiving Reality of Nothing on Spotify because it's amazing. One of the best core releases of this year, undoubtedly. Thank you. Thank you.